The Nationals are almost the biggest race every year on the Australian greyhound racing calendar. Why? Because they bring the best dogs from around the country to compete over the distance and the sprint, and they're back in Melbourne. First time in 6 years. Simone Fisher and James Vandermark join me to talk about the races, pick the winners. G'day, Simone.
G'day, Mark. What a terrific race we've got coming up Saturday night, or two races I should say, with the sprint and the distance. A great concept, James, with all these top chasers from around the country.
Indeed, Simone. Hello to you. Hello, Finey. It's going to be a massive night of racing Saturday night at the Meadows. The best of the best nationwide. They all head to the Meadows for a massive night of racing.
Well, the very best dogs have already done well to make the finals. They've had to qualify. So let's get stuck into the races and start with the distance. We'll have a look at the field and go through them one by one.
Okay, Finey, starting with the greyhound number 1, that's Smart Valentino. Impressive Sydney sider, won well last week. Draws well off the inside, but did gain a bit of a lucky run early. We move along to number 2, Simone, that is Destini Fireball.
He is one of my favourites, James. I know that he hasn't... It's hard to know which Destini Fireball turns up at some races. I'm going to forgive him for his last start. He did gain the entry as a wild card, but I think he's well boxed, aiming for his 5th Group 1 race, and I'm just going to put him on top.
And he has got a flying PB of 42.39 around the Meadows. Moving along to greyhound number 3, Wagtail. Look, it's going to be tougher for Wagtail. Won well, rising star of the staying grades, only 3rd staying run, so would need to improve, but it's there with a chance.
Certainly. The same with Lashing Jill. She caused an upset in her state final, defeating Belhaven in wet conditions, but she might struggle from box 4 here tonight.
Indeed, a massive scalp to take, Belhaven indeed. Moving along to greyhound number 5, that's Calden Mayhem. He's been a marvel over there in South Australia, winning 58 races from 118 starts. He's 5-year-old in October, 5 years old in October. That's outstanding to make a national final.
Certainly is, and he was 3rd in the national distance final in 2011, so Calden Mayhem, probably not without a chance. Number 6, Mimicking, a terrific run Saturday night, was gone for all money but stormed home in the concluding stages of the race. Does get a long way back, can't see it being up near the lead, and will have to rely on its strength at the finish.
Yeah, he's always threatened to win a big race, and he has won a Group 3 in Adelaide a couple of months ago, so it was impressive last week. Moving along to one of my favourites here, Set Sail South, a massive run last week, swept up on the corner and just got a little bit tired towards the end of the race, but if he can find himself sitting 1, 2 or 3, he's a genuine chance as well as we move along to greyhound number 8, that's Magpie Bolt.
Began his career in Victoria and did go west over to Western Australia. Trainer Dave Hobby has said that he's not a genuine stayer. He does have to lead to play a part in this race, but a good state final win.
Indeed, a cracking race. That's Saturday night at the Meadows for the national staying final.
Of course, there's also a $100,000 bonus on the first 4 pulls for both of these big distance and sprint finals. So let's try and pick not only the winner but the first 4 folks. And maybe to help do that, James, you're great with the speed maps. What's going to happen to the first bend?
Look, to be dead honest with you, Finey, it's very hard to do a speed map when the greyhounds are coming from the 8 or 5 different states. But look, I'm thinking Set Sail South out in box 7. I think he's got the speed to sit up on the pace. And given he can do that, I think he's a genuine chance. What are you leading towards here, Simone?
Destini Fireball, I think he is the best greyhound in the race, but like I said, we just hope that the Destini Fireball that took out the AWM distance a couple of starts back is the one that jumps near the lead on Saturday night.
Yeah, look, and we are searching for that first 4 as well, so I'm going to tip number 7 on top, that being Set Sail South. I thought his run last week was good. He's an up-and-coming stayer. I think he's on the up, and if he can find a spot 1, 2 or 3, I think he'll be hard to beat. Tipping number 6 into second, that being Mimicking. His run last week was outstanding. Always threatened to win a Group 1, and this could be one of his main chances. Moving along to greyhound number 1, that's Smart Valentino. Sydney sider, drawn well. I think he's a real top 4 chance here. And we move along to greyhound 2, Destini Fireball. Look, I'm potting him. I don't think he can win. I'm saying that with confidence. I haven't liked him for a while, and he's still been able to win a couple, but I think 4th is about the best he can do this Saturday night.
Well, James, we have to disagree on the winner, but 2, 1, 7 and 6 are my numbers, same numbers in a different order, so we might have a bit of a bet between ourselves.
I reckon $10 on Destini Fireball getting beaten, and I'll owe you it after the race if he happens to get up.
No worries, you're on.
And for what it's worth, from the mug punter of the 3 of us, and it's got to be a good dog if I'm tipping a New South Welshman in a distance final, I'm going number 1 on top. Smart Valentino, Destini Fireball. He's better than you reckon, James, but maybe not quite as good as you reckon, Simone. So I put him in for 2nd. I've got Mimicking for 3rd. It'll be running home as hard as anything. And Calden Mayhem, as you said, great veteran and could fill a few pockets by running 4th. The national distance final, on Saturday night at the Meadows. It's going to be a great race. If you want to get down there, go to the website, thenationals.org.au. You can book a table. There's going to be a marquee, giveaways, and make sure you come in great Gatsby garb. Thanks a lot, Simone and James.
Thank you, Mark, and make sure we set sail south to the Meadows. It's going to be a bumper night of racing, and hopefully we can fill our pocket with gold.